You're listening to In My Humble Opinion.
IMHO Talk Show, Sir Charles, Miss Max, Razor AA, Ron. And as promised, y'all, you know, we a show of our word. We're going to keep our word, right? So we have none other than Miss Destinee right with us.
Hey, girl.
What's happening, Destinee?
First, how you doing?
Good. You know, sort of long time no see, but you know, we got you here because you still about that business. So, you know, first of all, how you been? Like, how you holding up in 2020 and all it brought your way?
Yeah, I'm holding up okay. I'm grateful to have amazing friends and family to really hold it down and hold me through all of these transitions and things like that. So I'm just grateful to have good support right now.
Good stuff. Good. Always. So for those that don't know, Destinee Marketing LLC, right? We that's something that I know a few people know, but from my perspective, not enough people know about. Before we even dig into it, like I got to say this, like so I remember talking to you years back, like when you first started the directory, and since then. There's been other ones that popped up. Some may have had more funding. Some may have been connected to whomever that could get it shine. And one thing that, at IMHO, we was like, we got to make sure that our people are represented and being rewarded, and somebody else is not getting, fame or getting accomplishments over something that like one of our sisters started. So to have you back here and to see the advancements that this thing is made, does my heart well. So give the people sort of the background, though, on, Destinee's marketing, of course, but in particular, the holiday season, so you've been, out there for the Black businesses, your directory, pointing people to, and anything that's missed on the directory, folks can still, sign up for. So sort of give us the background on the inception of Destinee Marketing and this business directory.
So I launched my marketing business in 2017. And I think it was just a combination of my experience with using online spaces to promote like previous projects in my previous business, and worked with a marketing firm for a while, and was encouraged by mentors and folks at CIC to take a leap and start my own marketing business. And so that came to be kind of unexpectedly. I had other plans of growing my other business, which was a mobile hairstyling business. And it was really just people like seeing something in me that I didn't even see in myself at the time, right? So I'm grateful. It's been a really interesting journey, and I'm excited to see where it goes. But with the marketing business, so I've been working more recently as you know, building out this directory, and I'm grateful to have been connected with folks at UVA to be able to go through their fellowship program to just continue to build out the directory and have some extra hands on deck as we just get more of these businesses some shine and connected to resources and customers and all the things and people that they need to push forward right now.
Awesome. I have a question for you, and I'm probably the last person to ask to be asked a question about marketing. But from your expertise, what is it being a Black female and working in that industry? What is, the experience like? We're always, working from the back end when it comes to anything in most cases with just being Black, and then you compile that with being a female. But what's it like being in the marketing industry?
I think that things are expanding. I think with being able to leverage social media and connect with so many amazing folks who want to see you win, and really cultivating a community of like people who are just excited about you and your work. I'm excited about them and their work. And I think we kind of create this little dope ecosystem where we're just like really advocating and supporting each other. And I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, good.
Hey, Destinee, how you doing? It's Razor.
Hey,
got a question for you. All right. Now, a lot of times when we as African Americans try to find something that exalts us, that pushes, like, so we know where to shop so we can support one another. Have you had anybody come to you and say, why are you trying to segregate or isolate Black business from everybody else?
No, I haven't actually.
Good.
I haven't. Yeah, I'm grateful for that, because I think that now more than ever we see the need for rallying around Black folks, but also Black business, right? We've seen that Black businesses have been the most impacted with this pandemic. I heard some statistic from one of the thought leaders I listened to saying somewhere around 40% of Black-owned businesses might not make it through the holiday season. And I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that number is really significant. And so I want to do everything within my power to promote especially Charlottesville Black-owned businesses. So we have lots of folks listed in the directory, but I also created a separate holiday shopping guide specifically to just funnel some extra traffic to folks who are able to offer products and things specific like gifts for the holiday season. So that's listed on the blog there. So I'm hoping that we can really drive some extra traffic to these folks listed. Yeah,
and Destinee, before Aaron has something for you, but while we're talking, folks that want to look it up, what's the URL for your for the blog?
So if you go to my website, hellodestinee.com, that's HELLODESTINEE, right, WRIGHT.com, you'll see the link right on the front page to go to the directory, and you can browse. It's kind of list form right now. We're actually working on building a standalone site that is searchable to make it easier for folks to find and be connected to these businesses. But if you see a business that's not listed, there is a link. It's a Google form link where you can submit business information. The truth is, it's me and a very small team. We're doing our best to add and update the directory as we receive information, but we really rely on community support and folks to let us know if there's someone that's not listed that needs to get on there. And right now there are no barriers to get listed. It's no charge to get listed. Right. We ask that businesses are at least 50% Black owned, and we want to be able to have some sort of link to your website, Facebook page, social media handles, just wherever you're doing business online. We want to be able to just get folks to you.
Cool. Hey, Destinee, Aaron here. I heard a quote that I have never forgotten from an entrepreneur, and he said, "Support is not a business model." And he said that because when people are just supporting you based upon something emotional that's maybe happening in the atmosphere, business kind of goes up and down. You have a marketing background, excellent in business. Can you just give maybe a couple of 3 different examples of what a business can actually do to go from not only asking for support, but for people as consumers to start to think about those Black-owned businesses as everyday things? So for an example, when I think about Chick-fil-A, the first thing I think about is customer service. When I think about Amazon, I think about I can get everything. So just there's probably an entrepreneur that's sitting out there right now that's I'm having ebb and flows, but what can I do just to create not only getting support, but have people think about my business every day the way they think about other big corporations, if that makes sense?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Thank you for asking that. I really think that as small business owners, we have to use the tools that we have at our disposal, right? So we have social media, we have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, we can make video content. So I think that making sure that we are shamelessly promoting ourselves, sharing our brand story, sharing our why, sharing our value, and really leveraging the power of storytelling to help folks feel more connected to you. I think lots of times as business owners, we are in it. We're doing the work. We are, wearing all the hats. We're doing our customer service. We are doing our inventory. We are, doing our graphic design, marketing, right, all that stuff. We're wearing so many hats. And so it can be hard sometimes to remember that we gotta stay in front of people's faces, right? So whether that's, posting consistently online, running ads, especially online now, since we don't have, as many in-person opportunities to connect with potential customers, we got to use what we have. So we have ideally internet connection, we got a phone, right? So using those tools at hand, using apps and things like that to really help you cultivate a solid strategy for sending out your message, right? Who are you? Why do you do what you do? How did you get started in this work, right? All of those sorts of things help us to share more of ourselves and connect with our audience and potential customers. So I would say if you're a small business right now, really put some energy into your digital marketing strategy. Set some time aside to research. If you feel not so comfortable with like Instagram or Facebook marketing, there are so many free resources online to help us educate ourselves. So we have YouTube, and I call it YouTube University.
Basically,
that's right.
I can't remember who I got that from. That's not my original thing, but like YouTube University is a real thing. There's so many people who are experts in their field who are giving free game, and so I think we have to constantly be learning and constantly like prioritizing our like self-education so that we can be the best versions of ourselves and show it fully and wholly in our business, right? Because you don't know what you don't know, right? And so I think making sure that you're setting aside that time and including that in your business hours, right? Like I need to set aside maybe 20 minutes today to research how to create a sales funnel online, something to that effect, right? Like set aside that time, and I think gradually over time we're going to be able to like see this progress, especially if you're sharing your story on social media. Like you can talk to people about this stuff, right? Talk about what I'm setting some time aside today to build out my content plan for the next week on Instagram, right? Like you can share that story with people, and almost I think using social media as almost like your own like if this was the insert your business name show, like what do you want your audience to see from you? You know what I mean? So like using the Instagram platform or Facebook platform to share your story in that way, so using your stories to kind of capture these things throughout your day, using your feed for maybe your more curated, high quality content. You know what I mean? Like there are just so many ways that we can be leveraging these free tools online to help us, share more of ourselves online. And so I really encourage people, like remind people who you are, don't be shy about it. We assume that people, know who we are, know what we do, but you got to remind them,
That's true.
100%. And sometimes to drive that sale, you got to walk people's hand, through that sales process. Hey, click the link in my bio to shop, or, whatever your call to action is. Like we have to remind people. So I think that would be my key takeaway. Just like shamelessly promote, keep going, educate yourself.
Good stuff.
And are you having a variety of businesses listed in that directory, or are you finding that they're more condensed to maybe like the labor industry or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's a good mix. We've got some beauty folks. We've got, of course, like various professional services. So like consulting and coaching folks. We've got, of course, our retailers, like so clothing companies and people who make jewelry and various accessories. So it's really growing, and we are just adding to it every day. People who sell bundles and lashes, right? All these things.
To the bundles.
Bundles. Okay, look, go ahead and buy somebody a bundle this holiday season. Okay. That's how happy you make somebody.
Shout out to my ladies who were selling them bundles, man. They moving them things like kilos, man.
Hey, Charles, before we go to break, Charles, before we go to break, one thing that when Destinee said it, I'm a numbers dude, right? So when she said about the 40%, I started thinking about the 60% that was already affected in COVID, and now she's talking about 40% inside of the holidays. But one thing that I'm also happy about is that a negative has turned into a positive for African Americans. Most of us had businesses, don't have brick and mortar businesses. True. A lot of businesses operate outside of the house or a space, somewhere like that, or just online. So we don't have those expenses that a lot of people ended up putting up their houses to put their business up. So when the business shut down, the house, they can't pay their mortgage. We don't really have that. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of businesses that are ideologies and calls to action, as she said, which makes me happy because we can weather the storm.
Yeah.
Because our business is a matter of us actually getting online on social media and driving traffic to it, as opposed to people having to walk through the doors.
Facts.
Yep.
Yeah. So Destinee, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You had something to reply?
So I was saying a lot of those businesses are like you were saying, it's online based businesses, right? So now is really like, what other time in your life are you going to have where most of folks are at home on their phones or on their computers doing something, right? So now is the time to leverage that fact that people are at home. People are also even with there are still people who are willing to support you and who are willing to invest in your business and your products. It's now about like finding those people and communicating effectively with those people and letting them know, who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
Yeah. So Destinee, if cool, we're gonna take a break and we'll just come right back to you to wrap up. That cool? All right, y'all. Tell a friend. We have Destinee Wright of Destinee's Marketing and talking about her Black Business Directory on IMHO. Hey, hit us up with those questions. Hashtag IMHO Talk Show here at the station. 434-422-9101. Stay tuned, y'all. IMHO Talk Show, Sir Charles, Miss Max, and we are still here with Destinee Wright. So I think Razor had a question, comment for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, for some people, it looks like you came onto the scene overnight, right? But we all know that's not true. You grind it out. Everything that you've done is nothing short of miraculous. So let's go back 15 years. What would you tell the 16-year-old you, young little girl with stars in her eyes, not really knowing which direction she wanted to go? What would you tell yourself?
Wow, that is such a great question.
I told you.
Okay. So the first thing I would say is believe in your gifts, and don't let naysayers or negative people impact how you move through the world. I would hope that she could just hold on to her authentic self the best she could, and continue to be your weird nerdy self, because it pays off in the future. And I think that's really, I think the biggest thing is like the world is a tough place. And I you'll read about it in my memoir in the future, but
okay.
But I've gone through a lot, and so we've come a long way. I think I started my first business in 2012, and I had taken a break from my studies at UVA to try to build out this business. And, I experienced houselessness within that time. I experienced houselessness when I was returning to try to finish my studies at UVA, all while still trying to build my first hairstyling business. And so I think people experiencing challenges, and you're in it, it's hard to see a way out of it. But I think it's important to remember that, that there are people who want to help you, but also people can help you if you don't reach out for help and let people know that you need it, And I think that was really important for me to realize that we can't do it all by ourselves.
Right.
And so, I think that, coming from that perspective and like really coming from absolutely nothing, you know what I mean? From rock bottom. And I think, that's something that is really driving me now. It's driving the hustle now, and I'm hoping to be able to help as many people as I can on this journey with the gifts and talents that I was blessed with.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Destinee, for those that may be wondering, tell us why this mission is so important to you. Right now, 2020 is December. This Black Business Directory, why so much effort into it? Like, what's the significance? Like, why should we go to these business rather than others? The brother man instead of the other man.
Oh my goodness. I think that like one of the most direct and sustainable ways to support Black folks, the Black community, is to support Black owned businesses. We have a lot of dope people doing amazing work in our community, and I think we have to rally around each other, and putting something together from just an idea and building it into a potentially money generating thing is no small feat, And I really think it's important to show our fellow Black entrepreneurs that we support and we believe in you, you know, because we got to start somewhere. You know, we're all starting at different levels in our entrepreneurial journey. And sometimes just like having one person believe in you makes such a huge difference, you know? So I just think it's really important that we show up for Black folks and Black businesses.
Couldn't agree more. Miss Max, Razor, Aaron, y'all good?
We good. Y'all better take advantage of that.
Yeah, now that we just stole that free game.
All that free game. Goodness gracious,
that's right,
man.
Hey, Destinee, definitely tell them how to reach out to you, though, like for those consultations, because I know you do. If anybody missed it, Destinee Marketing doing great stuff. I mean, like there's some brothers and sisters businesses here y'all may not even know about. Like our brother Antoine Brinson.
I was looking at
Culinary Concept speaks highly of Destinee, saying his business is what it is and got the publicity it did because of Destinee.
Hey, let me tell you something. Me and Max came through CIC Business School. The school speaks highly of Destinee. And you know how many people come through there. Like, her work is nothing short of amazing. Like, she doesn't, I mean, and she does it all with a smile. I've never seen her without a smile on her face. Not one time. I can
tell that she cares about what she does. So.
Yeah.
I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that a lot. Shout out to the CIC fam and everybody. Shout out to Antoine. I just care a lot about it. Like I feel like it's really directly connected to like my purpose. You know, I call myself like a connector. You know, I love connecting people, especially like to people who need each other. You know, and so that just does my heart a lot of joy. You know, to be able to do that and help in this way. But to get in contact with me, my website, hellodestinee.com, and you can find me on Instagram at HelloDestineeXO, and my business page is Destinee Marketing. Really, and not even to flex, but you know, you can Google me, baby. You can Google me.
Flex, girl, flex.
Hey, look, that means you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It ain't bragging if it's on your resume.
Sure, right. We better be able to find you.
Right. But I wanted to plug, I'm teaching a free class on December 10th. It's a free social media marketing class. I've been trying to do these consistently since March. So if you want more free game on my pages on my website, you'll be able to get connected to those social media classes. So I want to make sure to let people know.
Dope.
Awesome.